Hey, hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Today's video is going to be me doing this to my face. I posted a picture or a few pictures actually, on Instagram and Facebook when I did this look the first time. And a friend of mine asked if I would recreate, she asked me if I filmed it and I said no, but I could, and she said yes please. So that's what I'm doing today. To insert the picture here of the inspo that I found to create this look, I just wanted to do something, super fall, and so I typed in, fall makeup looks into the Googles, and this came up, and I thought, I bet I could do that. And I knew I wanted to try, so that's how this all came to be. Hopefully you're up for these shenanigans. If you are and you're not already subscribed to my channel, you could do that now. Click the bell, do all the things. YouTube will let you know, and you can watch or not. It's totally up to you. No pressure from me. All right, I say we just get into it. I'm about to have a very naked face. Brace yourself. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully if you're still here, it's because you want to see how I did this. My eyes are primed with the Sigma pencil below my brow and the Milani eye primer all over my lid up into my crease, and my brows are done per usual. So I'm going to go in first with this shade right here all over my lid. I'm going to deepen up the center with this shade that is Mama Bear, and then Depth. And then I'm going to use Barley to blend all of that out, if I remember correctly. Oh, I think I used a bit of First Kiss as well. So let's just tuck in and hope for the best. I'm just going to use a flat shader brush with that brown shade called Mama Bear. And that is going all over. I thought this look would be pretty darn easy because, it's not a whole lot of colors. It's just, blending. But the tricky part is there are no shimmer shades to kind of disguise any mistakes or unblended bits. So it actually is a bit trickier than I thought it was going to be. All right, so I'm just kind of mapping out the shape. This will 100% depend on what your eye shape is and the look you're going for. I try to bring the outer portion up a tiny bit to give the illusion of not droopy, almost 46-year-old eyes. So I'm gonna do the other eye and I'll come right back and we'll do the next shade. Right, this is where we are right now. Again, nothing is blended. It's just kind of on and mapped out a bit. If I'm not mistaken, I took a bigger fluffy brush and that kind of tan shade called First Kiss, and I laid that down first. I wasn't sure if it was going to give me any color or not. Turns out it didn't, or because it worked out when I did it, I want to do it again. And then we're going to go into Barley, which is that orange shade. And that is going all over. And I'm just going to build it up and blend it out. It's going to help blend out that brown shade as well, but that's not the focus at the moment. I'm just going to apply and blend, apply and blend, go back in with the other shades and apply and blend. Like I was saying, because this is all matte, there's no shimmer shades to kind of disguise the boo-boos. Okay, this is where the eyes are right now. I'm going to take a slightly smaller blending brush and go back into that Mama Bear shade, which is the first brown, and just make sure I didn't lose any pigment. and just, you know, make sure it's blended the way I want it. And again, this part will look completely different depending on the eye shape you have or you want to go for. Okay, now back with the first brush, we're going to go into the dark brown shade called Depth. This is a much cooler brown, but I think layered on top of this one. And then I'll go back in with some more of Mama Bear. It just creates a nice depth, nice dimension on the lid. Cleaned off my brush and we'll go back into Mama Bear and blend those two shades together. I'm going to take some more of that orange shade called Barley and wrap it around out here. I'm going to do my lower lash line after I do my base, but I just want to remember not to take that off. Before I go off camera, I wanted to let you know I'm going to line my waterline with the Cocoa shade from Juvia's Place. Any warm brown for the waterline on the lower lash line is going to be amazing with this look. A cool brown will work if that's what you have, but I like the warm brown. So I'm going to do that, apply lashes, get my base on, and then I'll come back and do the parts. I'll do the parts of my base that aren't part of the look necessarily, and then I'll come back and do the parts that are part of the look. All right, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and this is where we are. I'll just tell you real quick, I went in with my Demesa Yummy Skin Powder Balm thingy as my foundation for the most part, and then I went in with a little bit of the Pat McGrath concealer just for a little bit around where I have extra pigmentation and some yuck, and then my Wet n Wild Incognito under my eyes. I powdered everything down. Under my eyes is by Terry. T-Zone is Too Faced, and the perimeter of my face is the Charlotte Tilbury, like I've been using. I did contour and bronze. My contour is Kevyn Aucoin, because it always is. And my bronzer is this Pat McGrath in Bronze Nirvana. This is a really nice warm toned, almost orangey bronzer on me, so I thought it went really well with the look I'm shooting for. All right, let's do the under eyes and then we'll do the cheeks. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna use my Singe Beauty E04 in the Mama Bear shade, and that's gonna go closer to my lash line. I did bring the brown eyeliner down just a little bit under my lashes, not too much. And then on this fluffy Wet n Wild brush, I'm gonna go in with Barley, and I'm just going to kind of messily just blend that underneath the rest. I'm gonna go in pretty darn heavy with the blush, so it should all come together. But we'll see. I mean, you already know because I filmed the outro, or I will film the outro at this point when I'm done. But I just love that orange, especially if you've got blue eyes. Boy, howdy. So I'm gonna leave that there, and that was all of the eyeshadows I used for this look, and they are in the Blend Bunny Blends palette. Now for my cheekers. I really only had one option, well, two, but it's the Blend Bunny blush palettes. I went in, or I'm going to go in with Squeeze, which is a super orangey orange yummy goodness, and Making Me Blush, I think was the other one that I used. So I'm going to use those two to create the orange blush. Hopefully. I'm using my Wayne Goss 03, which is kind of like a highlighter brush, but I wanted something like super light and fluffy to apply this. And I'm gonna spend a bit of time just blending and, you know, getting this the way I want it to look. I think I might even go back in with a bit of the yellow tangy shade just to, and I'm gonna bring it in very, very far and up and over my nose. And I'm holding my brush at the very, very bottom so I don't get too much pressure whilst still applying the color. Look at that. Oh, so good. Same thing over here. I'm putting my brush down closest to my eye because that's where the most pigmentation will make the most sense. And then I can add as we go. I'm gonna go into just some Squeeze and Tangy, which is the yellowy one, and that's gonna go just lightly under here. I think my natural skin shade looks a little off, but adding a bit of the yellow and orange just kind of blends it in a little better. I'm just gonna finish blending all of this out, and then we'll work on the faux freckles. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up around my forehead too. I think that'll make it look a bit smoother. All right, I think I'm happy with that. Okay, so now we need to do faux freckles and then buffing powder and then highlight, because I want the faux freckles on prior to the buffing powder so it looks a little bit more natural, because this is a super natural look, right? I'm going to use my NYX Lipton Snatch brow marker, and this is in the shade Ash Brown because it's slightly warmer. And then just random polka dots all over. This is not the most ideal for applying faux freckles. It just happens to be what I have on hand. And patting over them just makes them look a little bit more blurred. And then just real quick off camera, I'm going to buff over everything with my Sephora Micro Smooth in the shade 33 Honey. Okay, I threw on some brow gel while I was at it. Now we're gonna go in with the highlight. I'm gonna use my Amrezy and ABH highlighter. It's old, but it's a nice color match. So I'm just gonna put a tiny, tiny bit on the inner corner. Just a little bit on my nose. And Cupid's bow. Then not a whole lot, but a little bit for some cheekbone glow. All right, I'm going to pop off camera and do my lip. I'm gonna go in with a dark brown lip liner and a lip gloss and eyeshadow because I don't have a super dark lip liner. And then I'll come back, show you the final look, and we can wrap this up. All right, I'm back, and this is the finished look. I think it's super fun. I'm really glad that I tried it. Let me include the picture that I found for the inspo for this. It's linked already on my Instagram from when I did this look and didn't film it. All right, let me scoot you out and we'll wrap this up. Okay, so yeah, if you're wondering about my lip, I just used a dark brown lip liner in the shade Oktoberfest from the Nomad Hudson Valley palette. I decluttered so many lipsticks that I just don't have any dark ones because I hadn't been wearing them. So I decluttered all of them, but the eyeshadow works. You'll have to let me know what you think about this look. Is it something you would ever attempt or no? Have I gone around the bend? Maybe, but it was really fun. And when I did it the first time, I wore the look all day. And literally Mike, Jackson, they were unfazed. Not one word about what I look like. Like they've just become numb to whatever I'm gonna end up putting on my face. I don't know, but I really like this look, like a lot. And I wonder if it could be done with other colors. You'll have to let me know what you think. Anyway, hopefully you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good, and remember to be kind to you.